the 9/11 report, a graphic adaptation. It's not exactly timely, but although we did recently have a big anniversary of 9/11, this is it's a graphic adaptation of the actual 9/11 report that was put out by I'll read it, by the National Commission on Terrorist Attacks upon the United States. So this book is so fascinating to me. I never read the actual report, so just like probably most people. Let's look at the spine. And have a look at the spine, the book itself. It's really well done. If anyone wants to learn about what the report found, it's just really well done without having to read what I assume, but maybe it's unfair, what I assume is a dry report. You can go through it this way. It has some like a long fold-out timeline of the separate planes, what they were doing at different times. But on top of that, it's got the, let's see, I should probably, it's a much longer timeline than I showed you at first, because it actually has, folds out on both sides. And you can see drawn sort of illustrations of the people involved, which I assume, but don't know for sure, are actually something like what they look like. I'm talking about the people who took over the planes, and some of the people who were political movers. You get the general idea here. Very, very interesting. Lots of background that maybe you've heard, but a lot of it that probably you haven't, because there's a lot in here. There's a lot in here in that report that still most people today just don't even people who are relatively educated about what happened and the lead up to what happened might not be aware of all these kinds of details. So obviously you can see these are some of the political players and military players. You can actually buy the 9/11 Commission report as a written book. In fact, you may be able to get it as a PDF. I'm not sure online, but this way is, some more important people in politics. Anyway, I really recommend it for anyone who has any interest in what actually happened. This is an easily digestible, dramatic way to read what they came up with. Of course, what they came up with isn't necessarily 100% accurate, but it's what they came up with. And so if you want to know what they said, that's what they said. That's the 9/11 report. And here are the people who put it into the adaptation.